Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw, it's Wentz.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Going to throw right side here, complete. 12-3 your score after 1 on EA Sports. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, of course the incompletion.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field.
Here we go. 15, check my 15. Hey, let's get off the field. Kill. My 15, my 15.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You got nothing. You got nothing. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
14, 82, 14.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing now is Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A run by Barkley, going to go backwards as he's going to lose right around 3 yards here.
Ready? 50, plant. 61, matchbox, lights. Sit.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Got a man, Slayton. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards and a Giant first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw. Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was...
It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and goal. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. 8 yards out. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Roses to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
It got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Johnson, the intended target. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, so with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, Alpha!
Now Jones. Gonna throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll look to throw, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and rush coming, and he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
To try again after the sack. Wentz, it's caught by Sanders. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Check 99. Check 99.
General West.
Jones throwing on 1st down. To Barkley on the check down. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He's got it. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
You got him. You got him.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. 5.
2nd and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Here's Jones. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hey, stand.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Stop your whining. 56 to Mike. 56.
Now Wentz on third down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Let's go. Great.
50's to Mike.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
80 weapons.
Mike's 50. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. Looking to throw on second down. Wentz. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
He's checking. Crash.
Sunday. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On first down, Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. I got you.
Now Wentz. Steps away to his left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Eagles on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 7.
Sunday!
50, Mike's 50. Hey, come on out here. Come get
57.
Come on here. Come get some.
Now Wentz. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Jordy. 50. Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, check Mike 50.
Sunday!
50, check Mike 50. 3 buzz. Mike 50, Mike.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Jones now off the play fake. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
22 jet bomber. Yo, cheetah. Let's go.
Back to throw. Jones. And a quick throw here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. And he finds a man on a crossing route. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I'm scared. Switch.
Kill.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
57.
Mike 50, huh? Watch the pass. Check the backer.
61, matchbox lights.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 46. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Let's put that team on the bus.
37-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Hey, Zoo. Get it.
On fourth down, Jones. Going left side, it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5. And they are just not into the end zone here for 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm coming.
Wait, look.
Wentz now on first down. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here comes to me, it's me. Mike's 50. Mike's
Now Wentz again. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but it's they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.